Hey friends! Okay, I'm late. I am late for our daily live today on Tuesday. I kind of have a good reason. So I apologize that I'm a little bit late if you guys have been waiting for me. Um, Let me find the live and make sure it's coming through. So talk to me in the comments. Let me know you're with me. Um, Says that I'm live. There I am. I went out and weathered the storm a little bit. Share it to the group here. Um, Oops, wrong group. All right, that's all right. I'll remove that one later. Okay, friends. It is nasty outside. We're getting a lot of snow. Yes, live down here in the land of snow. Yes, Jennifer. I know, right? And I did have to head out. I picked my kid up from school and I realized, ooh, this weather's getting worse. And I had to do an errand today. I was like, I better go and do that. And then I ran late and then I had to get dinner in the oven. So, but here I am, home safe and sound, which is good. Only saw, I think, like 2 or 3 accidents on my way to and fro. Oh my goodness. But yeah, you know, I grew up in Montana, and in Montana, we have I mean, I lived in a small town. Um, I lived in a small town in Montana, and hey Annie, all right, we got some people hopping on, and there was like probably one plow. So I grew up um driving in weather like this. It was just something you did in Montana. And you learned how to get your way out of stuck positions. And when your tires got stuck, I will say this. And I grew up driving a manual, like a stick shift. It was a requirement in my house. Here we're getting off on the tangent. Before we get to talk about it Tuesday, learning how to drive a stick shift was a requirement in my house, and I am so happy I learned how to drive a stick shift. It's the best thing ever. And because when it gets weather like this, it is the perfect kind of vehicle to be driving, because you can slow down without touching your brakes and all of the things like you kind of mastered, and it's really good for like getting out of snow areas. And I mean, stick shifts are simply the best, the best. And I told Craig, I'm like, I would love our kids to learn how to drive a stick shift. If by the time they become of driving age, which gosh, Crew is going to be a couple years, I would love to own a stick shift and teach the kid how to drive a stick, because it is definitely something that's going out of style. And all of the things. I will say this, I went to a wedding solo one time and they had valet parking for free. It was part of the wedding. And I showed up and I showed up in our car that was a manual transmission. And I popped out of it, heels and all. And the guys that were doing the valet just looked at me and was like, okay, we're going to have to wait for Steve to come because he's the only one who knows how to drive that kind of car. And oh my gosh, I just had to giggle, you guys. So, like, stick shifts in this crazy snow weather is simply the best in enabling to handle the weather and the roads and all the things. But okay, all right. Oh my goodness. All right. Hello. We're getting some more people on the comments. Thank you, Callie, for showing up and all of that. Oh, we got somebody coming on from Cheers from Brazil. Holy cow. Hello. We're going to talk about Park Lane Jewelry here, friends. And I have Talk About It Tuesday. And really quick, before we get into the questions you have about my business, Park Lane Jewelry in general, and all of that, before I get to the questions, because that's what we do on Tuesday, a few announcements. Okay, the Dazzle Drop box is still happening, you guys. This is still going on. So this is an add-on with any order on my website. So if you are interested in getting things for the holidays, Gonna be honest with you, you better order soon. They actually have a pretty good back order list, unfortunately. They're doing their best to get everything fulfilled for the holiday season. But if you're interested in getting things for the holidays for yourself, stocking stuffers, any of that, you best be ordering soon so you don't have to do expedited shipping to get the jewelry by the holidays. I will tell you this though. Park Lane works like Santa's elves at the home office, and they try to push out as many orders as they possibly can before the holidays so you're getting your jewelry in time. They do their best, but they do have to say, if you want it by Christmas, please order by the 12th of December. So, yes, hello everybody. But I was going to say this Dazzle Drop box is available at checkout, and what's in your Dazzle Drop box is always a surprise. So if you add something to your cart when you're looking at all the jewelry online, add something to your cart, go view your cart. You're going to see Dazzle Drop Box as an add-on for $24. And it's going to be an item valued at least for $60. So it'll be a surprise. It'll be all sealed up. My box is just a fake box that the company sent to me so I would do pictures with them for our website and things, you guys. But the Dazzle Drop Box, a limited edition, $24 add-on with any order, available at checkout. Okay. All right, friends. And then one more thing before we go into the questions you guys have about Park Lane Jewelry, the way I run my business and all the things, is send sparkle to a senior. So we're still doing the senior campaign where you can donate $29, and that will go towards a special gift bag that goes to some senior citizens in a town close to me, in a suburb. Okay. And there's 48 residents. We have all but 11 bags covered. Only 11 bags are left. They're $29 donation. What's in the gift bag? In the gift bag, there's going to be candy and chocolates, of course. An activity book, like a crossword puzzle or crossword puzzle book, things like that in large print, of course. And then also a Park Lane Jewelry bracelet is going to go in there. I have an assortment of bracelets that are going to be divided out. And I only need 11 more bags to cover. Your donation covers not just the jewelry, but it also covers the art supplies we use for the craft that goes in there that my kids and I make. Also the paper, it goes to the gas, it goes towards the gift bag itself, the tissue paper, the candy, all of the things, and 11 more donations, and we will have it all covered and ready to go. So if you feel it in your heart to help the cause, in the link tree at the very bottom link of my live here, you can click on that and there's a donation button on that. All right. Okay. Let's get to your questions on Talk About It Tuesday. People ask me questions about my business with Park Lane Jewelry and all of the things. I'm saying that because I know I have new viewers all the time here. And okay, one person asked me, and then I'm going to go into the group. One person asked me just on my business page, because I do post that question in 2 different spots. One person asked me on my business page, she says she's a brand new stylist, and what's the best advice I could give her as a brand new stylist. And I'm going to apologize right now. My dog decided to find a toy and chew on it right next to my feet. He's 150-pound mastiff, so like his chewing is loud. So I apologize if you guys can hear that. My best advice to somebody new, brand new in this business. Oh, there's a couple things. Master the know, like, and trust factor in your business. The know, like, and trust. Let people know you. And once they get to know you, they're going to start to trust you and they're going to like you, right? When you master the know, like, and trust factor with your community, your VIP, your people in your social media, your friends, your family, and all the people that you're showing Park Lane Jewelry to, that is when your business is going to go through the roof. And be consistent. Consistency, I know it's cliche to say consistency is key, but it is so true. it is so true to be consistent as much as you can, even through the holidays. I always like to tell all my teammates, like, keep your foot a little bit on the gas through the holidays. I know some people like to let their foot off the gas completely in their business and they just take a little bit of a break. And sometimes those are critical moments where you could be connecting with people. And so keep your foot on the gas pedal at all times in whatever capacity that might look like for you. Okay. And then lean in and try it. That's the other thing. Just lean in and try it. This business isn't a cut and dry kind of business. Park Lane Jewelry, really, you can run this business however it fits for you. That's the beautiful thing about it. You don't have to strictly do home parties. You don't have to strictly do online. You don't have to strictly do Facebook parties or things like that. There's so many different ways to run your Park Lane Jewelry business. And that's what's so amazing, because you can meet people where they're at and help them out and give people the best sparkle for the best deal possible with this business. So there you go. Annie wants to know, how often do people most commonly host parties? I mean, I wonder if you're asking about like repeat hostesses. Honestly, I have had people host parties like every 2 months in the past. But I do have a lot of hostesses throughout the year. And so it just kind of depends. But some hostesses open up a second link even after their first link closes, because say their friends and family didn't all get a chance to order on the first link. So then they just open up a second link and ordering continues. A lot of times that happens with some of my fundraisers, is that I have a hard deadline. I got to get a party closed by a certain date, but then I just open up a new link to gather up any last minute people that couldn't get on the first one. And then we open up a second one. And we have so much jewelry that's ever changing and new things coming along all the time that you totally can host parties back after back after back if you have people that are totally interested in grabbing some of those brand new limited edition pieces. All right, next question. What's your favorite Sparkle Box to date? Okay, I did see this question before I hopped on the live. I'm going to show some of my tops because I grabbed them really quickly. So if you're not familiar with what a Sparkle Box is our subscription service, and they're limited edition items that are only available to our Sparkle Box subscribers, and it's a surprise every single month. But once you become a Sparkle Box member, subscriber, you can go back and shop the past Sparkle Box items that we used to have, and until they're gone, right? While supplies last. All right. So I have no idea if some of these are still available. They might be. But one of my favorite necklaces, I'm going to show two. Actually, no, I'm going to show them more than that. Holy dog hair, man. Is this one. I loved this Sparkle Box. I don't remember what it was called, but the fact that we got 3 necklaces in one, 3 necklaces in one, and it's that beautiful teal turquoise color, which is my color. I love that. And it's a quatrefoil, and it's reversible, both of them. And each of the chains has a different look to them. This is probably one of my favorite Sparkle Box necklaces that we had. I do not even remember. I don't remember the name of it. And I have no idea if it's still available. It could be. So if you're a Sparkle Box subscriber, you can go back and look. Another one of my favorites, this one I know the name of because this one's called Bali. This Sparkle Box necklace, you see the theme here? Like Stacia loves her teals and opals and colors of the ocean. All right. Sea Breeze. Thank you. That's what the one was just called, Sea Breeze. This one is called Bali. And I love and adore this one. Okay. I love the paperclip chain. I love all the beautiful colors on it. The way the colors change. I mean, this one's amazing. This one was called Bali, and it came with, I believe these are the earrings. It came with these earrings that they're so me, you guys. Those that don't wear statement earrings, I know you just rolled your eyes like, They're huge. No, I love them. I love the white detail. I love the gold detail. But this box was called Bali. It's one of my favorites. Now, on the other end of it, one of the last sparkle boxes we got, Bindi, is one of my favorites as well. And Bindi and I actually was really surprised that I really like this one. Bindi was this black onyx butterfly. Okay, so beautiful. And then the back of it is just a solid gold. And I just thought this was so chic because it's the black and gold look. And then the earrings that came with it were these ones, which anytime you get multiples, hello, that's fabulous. Okay, so I believe these all came together. These are Bindi. Bindi was one of my favorites as well. I love the options of these, and I do appreciate the smaller size, you guys. I'm not always on the statement earring side. In fact, I got hazy in today. Okay, but yes, these I loved these ones, and then I especially loved the bracelet elite option of it. And or wait, maybe that I don't remember. I think this is a combination of the bracelet elite plus the add-on that you could buy, Zara. Oh, loved this. Okay, so this was one of them, right? I think that was maybe elite. And then I think this was Zara, the add-on. And it's one of my favorites. Black and gold with a little bit of pearl. Yeah. So if you are a Sparklebox subscriber, my friends, you could definitely go back into your you log into your customer account, click on Sparklebox, and then there's going to be a button that says manage my Sparklebox. That might be it. And then you can go view past Sparklebox items. And you can see if they're available. Oh, darn it. I lost my questions. Okay. Hang on. I'm getting there. Getting back to those questions here. All right. Scrolling. Here we are. Okay. How often do new impression bracelets get added to the inline list of impression bracelets? She is referring to, that's from Amy. She's referring to our regular line impression bracelets, like the iridescent coral, the jet black, the northern lights, all of those. I don't know how often they add a color. Was it last catalog they added the lavender? Or was that the catalog before? They added the lavender is set in silver, I think, with the Retro Chic collection. I think January of 2025. They added that color. That was probably the last inline impression bracelet they added. But how often they do, I don't know. I don't know that information, but that's the last time they added one, a color to it. My question is, Miss Jennifer, oh, this makes me giggle, Jennifer. Thank you for the good giggle today. Do women have 2 ring closets for water weight? Asking for a friend. Oh, girl, I hear you, and you're live with me today. We jokingly say, I even said this to somebody on Saturday when she was trying on a ring, and she's like, "Ooh, it's a little small." And I'm like, "Okay, do you have winter fingers right now, or do you have spring, summer fingers?" Because they fluctuate, right? Nobody can argue with you. No woman can argue with me because that happens, right? When we get swollen for any reason whatsoever, all of a sudden it's like, oh, why can't I wear my rings? But yeah, so me personally, Jennifer, yes, I do have some different sizes and rings to accommodate when I tend to swell up. And there is a such thing as premenopausal fingers. Did you know that? Now you do, because I am proof of that. There you go. Oh, it's so funny. Okay, Jessica wants to know, when can you expect the Black Friday goodies you ordered? Okay, that's a great question. I actually just got a box today with I think all of them. I just literally just opened the box before I went live. I'm like, okay, yeah. So yes, very soon. And in fact, if you send me a DM, I will check to see if all of it's ready to go, and I can send you your tracking number as well, because 'tis the season, right? So as soon as I make the label, I will have a tracking number, and I can send that off to you. So if you're one of my Black Friday shoppers and you're waiting on a piece, and you want a tracking number when I ship it, just send me a DM. I will give that to you right away. Cindy, what's the worst months for your sales? Oh goodness. Okay. Well, there's kind of a myth out there. I'm going to put that out there. There's a myth out there that sometimes the J months are the hardest months. And I don't always find that true. I really don't. The J months, January, June, and July. I don't always find that true though, because we've had some pretty stellar January, Junes, and Julys before. So I think it varies, but yeah, I do find there is times of the year where yeah, it's harder to get to people because they've got things going on, like June in particular. But I don't know if I would say that's one of the worst months in my sales. So so I don't know. It varies. But the myth out there is the J months are sometimes the hardest. However, I was just actually glancing at something that had my January team sales on it. And man, we did so well last January. So yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Okay, friends, that's it. Unless somebody on the live has a question for me about Park Lane Jewelry, my business, anything like that, pop it in the comments. Do it quickly, though, because there's always a delay. And I have to look at your question through the readers of my glasses. But yeah. All right. So Santa's list is still happening. Are you on it? Okay. Are you on Santa's list? Santa's list is simply this. I have different levels, 5 different levels. You can actually go back to look at yesterday's live. It's written out in that one, I think. Different levels of secrets or Santa's secret list. And if you want in on it, there's all the rules on how to get in on it. Placing an order is simple as that. And you'll be on the list. You'll have 1 entry. The more times you support me this month, the more entries you're going to get, basically. And I have something super special for December hostesses. So if you're interested gathering up your friends virtually, I got something extremely exciting coming right around the corner that you might just want to do that because it's going to be amazing. All right. Okay, friends, that's it. Thanks so much for hopping on with my live on Tuesday, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for Wishlist Wednesday. We should do a styling. I'll figure that out. Okay, bye everybody.